I'm Sophie Adams-Foster. I'm from a product design agency here in Bristol, UK called Realise Design, and I am a business and strategy director. One of the most exciting parts of my job is being able to talk to a variety of businesses and people about their new products that they want to take to market. I've been working in the industry a little while now, and I'm always amazed at the kind of conversations I have. They are slowly becoming more about pressing world issues and being more responsible, which is great. Our customers and where they are in the development cycle varies. They could be a business of 20 plus years perhaps who want to take their next product to market, and they have an existing team in-house. Maybe they're a startup who've spotted a really exciting opportunity to do something different. Both ends of the spectrum, I meet everyone in between and across a real range of industries. As a team, we've therefore helped businesses design, develop and ultimately manufacture physical products. In particular, we're passionate about products that are purposeful, innovative and sustainable. We want to work with progressive change makers, hence us being here at this summit with all of you. So what can I tell you about product design and the businesses and the people I talk to? What does responsible design mean to a product agency like us, one that works with materials, supply chains and manufacturers? Well, product designers are a passionate bunch. They seek the perfect form, the exact functionality and the right materials. A deliverable that is just right for the end user. But designing products is hard. Designing responsible products is even harder. Of course, not all tech or products are digital. They are physical too. More often than not, our first use of a digital product is through physical interaction. That fitness tracker on your wrist, that comes in an ABS injection molded enclosure with a specialist reinforced glass screen attached to a silicone strap. It also houses an internal PCB and battery, both of which contain dozens of highly valuable materials. How it sits on your wrist, the weight, the feel, have been carefully considered in relation to your body shape and exercise routine. The wear and tear it will endure through its environmental use and your experience as a user has been researched and tweaked and specified to meet a price point deemed suitable for the market. Its physicality, however, comes at a cost. Those materials it was made with, they were probably dug somewhere halfway around the world, causing an enormous amount of damage to the earth. In post-processing and transportation, the carbon footprint will be huge. The supply chain it has come through has probably meant that it's passed through countries with questionable human rights record, using cheap labour that reinforces social inequality. Products can be heavy, light, soft, small, cheap, expensive. They can be modern or they can be historical in value. They can make your life easier or they can make it more complicated. They can last a lifetime or no time at all. Physical product design is a craft, a process. It has a materiality, a three-dimensional existence. Some health devices claim its ethos is to make everyone in the world healthier, yet many don't even question the journey it's been on before it was delivered to you by an underpaid Amazon worker. The term product designer is quite broad. It can mean experience design, service design, fashion design, architecture design, web. Truth is, all of these roles overlap in some way. The tools that they use and the scale may differ, as may their results. At its core, however, product design is about solving a problem for a user. Industrial product design is about bringing technical knowledge, innovative design solutions alongside branding together successfully. It is a highly skilled industry. For the purposes of clarity, I am not a designer myself. I talk to people about the design process from both a high-level technical point of view and from a commercial perspective. Things from safety equipment, consumer products, connected security devices, right through to large-scale industrial equipment. I am well aware of the extremely privileged position I find myself in. To be able to talk about product features, commercial requirements and road mapping right at the beginning of a journey is fascinating, but the missions do vary. I hear stories where people are genuinely trying to build a better world, and it's wonderful. Equally though, sometimes I do talk to people who just want to make meaningless products to make money. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Digging into what responsible tech is opens a huge can of worms. You can quickly jump on social media and find the latest company, service or product being criticised. More often than not, it's the designer being lynched. All of the decision makers in the background having been long forgotten. It's important to look back at our mistakes and evaluate them, to ask what went wrong and why it went wrong. But what about when you're right at the start of something new? How can we change our approach? There are many questions I ask when meeting businesses, and I ask them not just to understand the requirements, but to open up a wider conversation. I want to try and understand people's missions and where a product sits in a wider system to make sure that they align with ours. 2 core questions that I ask. 1, can it be manufactured at a reasonable cost, and is there an opportunity for a sustainable option? Number 2, can this product solve a genuine problem, or is it creating a problem elsewhere? First question, can it be manufactured at a reasonable cost, and is there an opportunity for a sustainable option? When you start work on a new product, new concepts are explored. You go through a long design cycle of CAD, prototyping and testing. Based on user feedback, the design is refined in preparation for tooling and production. All of the critical decisions should be rooted in solid user and market research. Right from the start, however, you should be designing for manufacture. We regularly help support on production. This is us in China. It's a very important part of the design process. Products like health trackers are being produced in multiple factories halfway around the world, just like this. Consumers hope that their products are being manufactured locally using sustainable resources or recycled materials. Unfortunately, raw recycled materials can be in short demand or not meet the functional requirements of the part. Manufacturers who specialise in these materials are also challenging to find. So, what about end-of-life planning for products? Extracting raw materials from electronic products is very difficult. As an example, lithium-ion batteries found in electric cars contain many hazardous materials. Established recycling chains to deal with these new kind of technologies are few and far between. It's estimated that less than 5% of lithium-ion car batteries are recycled today. We face a huge problem in 10 to 15 years' time. Scales of economy, lead times and specialist engagement underpinned by cost ultimately determine how things are manufactured. Habit and convenience means that businesses stick to traditional methods and supply chains. The second question, can this product solve a genuine problem, or is it creating a problem elsewhere? That health tracker on your wrist, maybe it has been designed to help make your life healthier, to help you set achievable goals in losing weight and sleeping better at night. A product that can indeed make people's lives healthier sounds like a great idea, but we're all too well aware of the unintentional and sometimes intentional consequences of technology. Does it make users feel pressurised, induce anxiety, create bad habits? Fundamentally, there needs to be a commercially viable reason for a business to sell a product. Profitability sustains the internal operations such as marketing, services and rent, and this is a key driver behind decision making. Pinching and zooming into one area will often miss the wider opportunity and the negative impacts. That health tracker has the potential to serve a higher purpose. It could reduce the strain on the local health services by keeping you and your community well. It could provide important insights into society so that local governments can build better cities in the future. I'm seeing a slow change in attitudes from businesses. They want to do better, they can do better, but they are held back. So how can we help? Product designers, they are regular people just like you and me. They want to live in and create a better world. They understand the effect they have on it. We as designers are very aware of how our decisions can touch multiple people along a supply chain, socially, economically, politically and environmentally. Designers, however, are usually only able to make small incremental changes, and this does not tackle the underlying issues. I do not believe designers or the industry should be regulated, but I do think there's room for creating clear policies and frameworks to work within to foster change. Turning our knowledge into action is really important, and product designers have a host of tools to be able to do this. To be more impactful, I believe collaboration applied through a system thinking approach is essential. We can't just look at a product, service or an outcome as a singular problem from one perspective, and we can't wait for consumers to purchase differently to force change. Industries and businesses need to be challenged directly, and we can be proactive in our questioning. First, we need to evaluate internal value chains within organisations. We need to be looking at businesses, activities, resources, cost structures, policies, pricing. Second, we need to look harder at the external supply chain, the stakeholders, the environment, the regulations, in order to implement these new solutions that will make a better world. There are multiple elements in a system and they are all interconnected and they are dynamic and they are always changing. Understanding how all of these elements work together will enable us to explore new manufacturing methods, new component technologies and processes. Thank you for your time today. I've really appreciated it. To summarise, designing responsible products is hard, but it doesn't have to be. It's a conversation I want us to have because we need to think about the wider implications of designing tech responsibly. Thank you.